You see today in the debate over whether to go to, whether to saber rattle or to go to war with Iran, Barack Obama is the one candidate who has stood up and said, you know, just because everyone wants to show how tough they are in a presidential season doesn't mean we shouldn't think through the consequences of what we're saying. And he has introduced a resolution into the US Senate to say, Mr. President, I want you to know you don't have authorization to bomb Iran. You don't. You have to come back to the Congress. We, the Congress, are going to exercise our responsibility. Just because, again, the herd in Washington is going in a particular direction, we're going to push back. We're going to tell you that the American people are tired of being talked down to in this way. Along the campaign trail, you've heard him, as Susan has suggested, really define the terms of the national security debate. He had the courage to say he doesn't believe that the United States should use nuclear weapons against terrorists in Afghanistan. People said, you can't say that. You can't take any option off the table. He said, well, why would I keep nuclear weapons on the table when no military expert says that these weapons should be used against terrorists in that circumstance? Why would I do that? That's the kind of belligerence that has alienated many around the world. And then finally, he has said that he would talk to rogue regimes without conditions. He wants to be in the room. He does not believe, he's a very confident leader. He does not believe that he has to check his principles at the door when he goes into the room with an Ahmadinejad. He doesn't believe that has to happen. He believes, in fact, that there's a greater toughness to bringing your principles into the room than to lobbying verbal grenades from 5,000 miles away. Being in the room allows you to do several things. It allows you to know your foe. It allows you to potentially identify sticks and carrots and some sliver of common ground. It allows you to say, stop supporting terrorism, stop denying the Holocaust, stop interfering in Iraq. Again, you don't stop saying that just because you go into the room. And crucially, it allows you to stop lumping your foes together. I mean, this administration and many, I think in this presidential race, act as though Hezbollah and Al-Qaeda and Hamas and Iran and North Korea, somehow all of these belong together. We have got to parse. We have got to discern. We've got to stop lumping the unlike together. And crucially, by being in the room, this is the final point, we will get the wind of the world at our back again. People will start to remember that the United States of America is not the problem. Ahmadinejad is the problem. We will be in there. People will be on our side. If we exhaust all options with him, we will have much more in the way of global consensus in the same way that we will have a domestic consensus, because he will have had an adult conversation with the American people about the nature of our